Hi, I'm Arya, and today we're going to talk about procrastination. This is the kind of topic that I really felt has been so controversial. The reason is procrastination can act as a feedback for all of us, yet we really hate doing it. Procrastination is something we all have done it, yet we feel like we should not do it. The first thing that I really want to address about procrastination, what is my idea about it? Initially, I used to really hate procrastinating on the task that I really want to do. It's like I know I should do this, I should do X, I should do X. Yet I go for Y. Because the first thing I felt, maybe because Y is really pleasurable, Y is really good, and Y is just better than doing X because X is so boring, right? That is what we do. Second, that feeling that came to me when I was really procrastinating on my task was it just feels like this is too much for me. I don't know, I might fail into this. And that is where I got to know that this concept is really linked to the other kind of concept that is perfectionism. We, one way or the other, have this perfectionist mindset that we really want to achieve this ideal task, this ideal goal today, and somewhere or the other, our brain, it really gets freezed because we don't feel safe. It feels like, okay, this is too much and I might fail in this, so let's just not try. That is where you don't show up, and that is where you do procrastination. Coming back to it, Anne Laurie Town again gave the idea about procrastination in terms of triple checks. She said that procrastination need not be our enemy, but it could be a natural feedback for us. Whenever we are procrastinating, these are the three triple checks that we should really do in order to understand that why are we procrastinating in the first place. The first is head, a mind, and it's like you're not convinced to do this, so you're not convinced that you really want to do this or not. You are really like, I really have to do it. Should I do it? Should I not do it? You're not convinced. Your mind is not convinced of doing it, maybe because you really have this ideal standard set for yourself that I have to do it in the mastery level, otherwise this is not possible for me, right? So that is the first thing that we generally do. So if the problem comes with the head that you are not convinced to do this, what you should really do, you should really change the way that you do it. It could be that you reduce the number of tasks, or maybe you reduce a little bit of your standard. You try to be like, okay, let me just show it up, let me just try it out, just like the experimental mindset that I talk about. The second kind of triple check that she gave was related to heart. Basically, it's like this is not fun, this is not enjoyable, and I do understand most of our studies and the way we do it, it's something which is very monotonous and it's very boring. We just have to keep on reading whatever XYZ thing it is, we just have to keep on doing XYZ kind of things, right, in our studies. And I really want to talk to you about this because you can really redesign the whole experience. You can have studying which is fun, and I have personally tried it, and it has really helped me to cope with my procrastination issues, and it has really helped me to get a feedback on how can I really achieve my goals in a fun manner. And I will talk about that in my future videos of how to make your studies fun. But it's not just about studies, it could be about any other thing that you really don't like to do because it's not fun. Maybe for people like me, exercising is not much fun. It's like, okay, this is so dreadful, this is too hard. So you can really redesign the experience that you have. Either you can do it maybe with music, although I feel that for some people like me, music does not really help, but in music it really helps with me for exercising. So you can really redesign the experience to make that particular thing fun for you. The third thing is, if head does not work, if heart does not work, another thing is by hand. The hand is like you are not able to do that particular thing, maybe because you don't have well apt resources. Maybe it's because of that. Maybe you're not able to study that concept properly because you don't have that kind of resources for you. And I feel at this time of the age, it's very easy. Just go for the YouTube, just go and search whatever the topic you really want to study, and you'll really get it. But for a lot of people, that is also inaccessible, and some people cannot afford that. And that's why I understand that when it comes to in that kind of issue, when you don't have the right tools to really do that particular task, you are bound to procrastinate. For that, go and take help. You will get help from somewhere, and you will really be able to overcome that procrastination. The thing with procrastination is it can act as a valid feedback for us. That is the first thing. That is somewhere or the other inevitable. Okay. Second thing is, feeling shame and guilty because you procrastinated is optional. That is what I really feel. I feel that when you procrastinated and you're feeling guilty, you're feeling shame about it, which is actually talked about in positive psychology, which is Broaden and Bill theory. And in that, it's like shame, guilt, all the negative emotions, they really narrow your mindset. They really narrow your view at looking things, at looking situations. And at that time, you won't be able to really utilize your creative energy. You won't be able to really think freely. So it is very optional for you to either choose that road of shame and guilt, because then you will be stuck in a loop. Once you feel this thing which is optional, shame and guilt for procrastinating, because you have this idea of procrastination which is very limited, which really is like, okay, you're a failure when you're procrastinating. It's very human to be like that in this age of social media, which is actually the scrolling and everything that we really do. We all know what are the effects of it, yet we are using it, right? So I personally feel that you are surrounded by so many distractions, it is inevitable for you to procrastinate, right? So once you get into this loophole of procrastinating, feeling guilt, feeling shame, then you won't be able to do that task properly, and then again you will be in the same loop of procrastinating, shame and guilt. And let me just tell you, you will be at one stage in your life where you will be stuck. Your mind, your body, your emotions, everything will just freeze. And I have been in that situation where I wanted to do something, I wanted to study, I really want that, I want to do this, I want to do that. I have so many projects lined up in my head right now. But there was this thing with me in my past month in April. I was really stuck. I did not know how to move ahead. I did not know where do I stand in terms of my goals, in terms of my achievements, in terms of whatever thing that I'm working hard on. And I did not really know where did I stand emotionally in terms of understanding myself, in terms of feeling all such emotions. And because of that, because I knew that I had this thing, I was shameful, I was guilty, that I was not following whatever I wrote in my to-do list, I gave myself a judgment stating that you are a failure, you cannot do it. And that is what it happens with all of us. I'm not saying to be numb either. Okay. I'm not saying you to be like, okay, I don't really care if I'm procrastinating. Let me just binge watch something, or let me just go with this thing called inaction. No, I'm not saying you to do that either. I'm just trying to tell you that whatever thing that you feel like shameful and guilty, this is somewhere or the other the inflicted judgments. There is some of the projection of your judgments on yourself. Maybe all the conditioning that you have been done in your childhood. So many things out there. So to conclude, we really need to have this thing in our head that procrastination need not be our absolute enemy. I think our absolute enemy is ourselves. Bye bye.